Welcome to Memory Master Trivia Night, the show that rewinds 1 month in history to test what you remember. In this episode, we're heading back to October 1972. Are you ready to time travel? Let's begin. Question number 1. On October 1st, a gun turret explosion on a U.S. Navy cruiser in the Gulf of Tonkin killed 20 sailors. Which ship was it? A. USS Kitty Hawk, B. USS Newport News, C. USS Enterprise, D. USS Nimitz. The answer is B. USS Newport News. The heavy cruiser suffered a deadly in-bore blast while on duty in Vietnam waters. Question number 2. On October 2nd, pitcher Bill Stoneman threw the second no-hitter of his career, blanking the New York Mets. Which team did he represent? A. Toronto Blue Jays, B. Montreal Expos, C. Boston Red Sox, D. Chicago Cubs. The answer is B. Montreal Expos. Stoneman, pitching for the Expos, became the first to record 2 no-hitters for a Canadian Major League team. Question number 3. On October 3rd, a Phillies pitcher won his 27th win in a season that ended with him earning the Cy Young Award. Who was he? A. Tom Seaver, B. Nolan Ryan, C. Steve Carlton, D. Bob Gibson. The answer is C. Steve Carlton. His 27 wins accounted for nearly half of Philadelphia's 59 total victories. Question number 4. On October 6th, a devastating train accident killed over 200 religious pilgrims in Mexico. What caused the crash? A. Terrorist sabotage, B. A bridge collapse, C. A drunk engineer and crew, D. Flooded tracks. The answer is C. A drunk engineer and crew. Their negligence, drinking, and speeding led to one of Mexico's deadliest rail disasters. Question number 5. On October 7th, the NHL expansion Atlanta Flames played their first game at Nassau Coliseum. Which team did they defeat? A. New York Islanders, B. Montreal Canadiens, C. Chicago Blackhawks, D. Vancouver Canucks. The answer is A. The New York Islanders. The Flames won 3-2 in Uniondale, New York, before later relocating to Calgary in 1980. Question number 6. On October 9th, a Broadway rock musical by hair composer Galt McDermott closed after just 16 performances. Which one was it? A. Dude, The Highway Life, B. Godspell, C. Jesus Christ Superstar, D. Pippin. The answer is A. Dude, The Highway Life. Despite big expectations as the follow-up to Hair, it became one of Broadway's most famous flops after only 16 shows. Question number 7. On October 12th, the film Lady Sings the Blues premiered, starring Diana Ross as a jazz legend. Whose life did it portray? A. Ella Fitzgerald, B. Sarah Vaughan, C. Billie Holiday, D. Nina Simone. The answer is C. Billie Holiday. Ross's performance as Holiday earned her an Oscar nomination and launched her movie career. Question number 8. On October 13th, a Uruguayan plane crashed in the Andes. Survivors endured for 72 days, even resorting to cannibalism. Which 1993 film told their story? A. Castaway, B. Alive, C. The Edge, D. Stranded. The answer is B. Alive. The film starring Ethan Hawke dramatized the harrowing survival of 16 passengers. Question number 9. On October 21st, Chuck Berry scored his first and only number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Which song was it? A. Johnny B. Good, B. Roll Over Beethoven, C. My Ding-a-Ling, D. Sweet Little 16. The answer is C. My Ding-a-Ling. Ironically, Berry's most iconic rock classics never hit number 1. Only this novelty song did. Question number 10. In the 1972 World Series, an unheralded Oakland Athletics player hit 4 home runs and drove in 9 runs, winning series MVP. Who was he? A. Reggie Jackson, B. Joe Rudy C. Gene Tenace, D. Catfish Hunter. The answer is C. Gene Tenace. He stunned everyone by becoming the unlikely hero as Oakland beat Cincinnati in 7 games. Question number 11. On October 23rd, a Broadway musical directed by Bob Fosse opened. It later won 5 Tony Awards, including Best Direction. Which show was it? A. Godspell. B. Pippin. C. Jesus Christ Superstar. D. Dude, The Highway Life. The answer is B. Pippin. Its hit song Corner of the Sky and Fosse's choreography helped make it a Broadway classic. Question number 12. In October, the Nobel Prize in Economics honored work on general equilibrium and welfare theory. Who were the winners? A. John Hicks and Kenneth Arrow. B. Milton Friedman and Simon Kuznets. C. Paul Samuelson and Robert Solow. D. James Meade and Jan Tinbergen. The answer is A. John Hicks and Kenneth Arrow. Hicks advanced general equilibrium theory, while Arrow shaped welfare economics and social choice. Question number 13. In October, the U.S. added a former prison island to the Golden Gate National Recreation Area, turning it into a historic site. Which island was it? A. Ellis Island. B. Alcatraz. C. Rikers Island. D. Angel Island. The answer is B. Alcatraz. Once known as The Rock, it became part of the National Park Service and a popular tourist destination. Question number 14. On October 26th, U.S. National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger told reporters that peace is at hand. Which war was he referring to? A. Korean War. B. Gulf War. C. Cambodian Civil War. D. Vietnam War. The answer is D. The Vietnam War. Kissinger's statement raised hopes for an imminent end, though the final Paris Peace Accords were signed in January 1973. How's it going so far? Let's move on to the next question. Question number 15. On October 28th, Stevie Wonder released his landmark album Talking Book. Which of the following songs is from that album? A. Superstition. B. Isn't She Lovely? C. Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours. D. Higher Ground. The answer is A. Superstition. The track became one of Wonder's signature hits and topped the Billboard Hot 100 in 1973. Question number 16. On October 18th, Congress overrode President Nixon's veto to pass a landmark environmental law regulating industries and municipalities. Which act was it? A. Clean Air Act. B. Clean Water Act. C. Endangered Species Act. D. Resource Conservation Act. The answer is B. Clean Water Act. It set new limits on water pollution and required permits for waste discharges. Question number 17. On October 2nd, Denmark voted in a national referendum to join a major European economic bloc. Which one? A. NATO. B. United Nations. C. European Free Trade Association. D. European Economic Community. The answer is D. European Economic Community. About 63% of Danish voters approved, and Denmark officially joined in January 1973. Question number 18. On October 25th, the Washington Post reported that one of President Nixon's closest aides allegedly had access to a secret campaign fund used for political spying. Who was named? A. John Mitchell. B. John Dean. C. Bob Haldeman. D. Charles Colson. The answer is C. Bob Haldeman. As Nixon's chief of staff, he was reported by the Post to be tied to the fund, a story that intensified the Watergate scandal, though the claim was later shown to be inaccurate. Question number 19. In October, Monty Python's Flying Circus featured surprise non-speaking cameos from 2 famous musicians. Who were they? A. Ringo Starr and Lulu. B. Mick Jagger and Elton John. C. Paul McCartney and Dusty Springfield. D. George Harrison and Petula Clark. The answer is A. Ringo Starr and Lulu. Their brief silent appearances added a playful twist to the comedy show's tradition of unexpected celebrity cameos. Question number 20. On October 24, Jackie Robinson, the first black player in Major League Baseball's modern era, passed away. Which team did he break the color barrier with in 1947? A. New York Yankees. B. Brooklyn Dodgers. C. Boston Red Sox. D. Chicago Cubs. The answer is B. Brooklyn Dodgers. Robinson's historic debut reshaped American sports and civil rights, making his 1972 passing a national moment of reflection. Question number 21. On October 30th, a deadly commuter rail accident in Chicago killed 45 people. What caused the disaster? A. A train overshot a signal and rear-ended another. B. A bridge collapsed. C. A brake failure on a curve. D. A fire on board the train. The answer is A. A rear-end collision. A speeding commuter train slammed into another stopped at a station, making it Chicago's worst rail accident. Question number 22. On October 14th, a new TV series with a Buddhist martial arts theme premiered on ABC. What was it? A. Kung Fu. B. Avatar, The Last Airbender. C. Shaolin Temple. D. The Green Hornet. The answer is A. Kung Fu. This Western martial arts drama introduced a unique spiritual and action combo to 1970s television. Question number 23. On October 14th, the New York Film Festival screened a highly controversial film starring Marlon Brando. What was it? A. The Godfather. B. Last Tango in Paris. C. Serpico. D. The French Connection. The answer is B. Last Tango in Paris. Critics called it both the most powerfully erotic and potentially the most liberating film of its time. Question number 24. On October 15th, a 17-year-old tennis prodigy captured her first major professional tournament on the Virginia Slim circuit, stunning the sports world. Who was she? A. Billie Jean King. B. Chris Evert. C. Margaret Court. D. Yvonne Goolagong. The answer is B. Chris Evert. At just 17, she won her first Virginia Slims title in Florida, confirming her status as the new rising star in women's tennis. We're almost at the end. Let's see the final question. Question number 25. On October 16th, the rock band behind the hit Have You Ever Seen the Rain officially announced their breakup. Which band was it? A. The Doors. B. Creedence Clearwater Revival. C. The Byrds. D. Jefferson Airplane. The answer is B. Creedence Clearwater Revival. The band split just months after releasing their final album Mardi Gras, marking the end of their swamp rock legacy. Thanks for joining us on Memory Master Trivia, the quiz show that takes you back in time. We hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. We'll be back with more trivia journeys into other times and memories. Until then, see you next time.